Who wants to intro us, baby?
As per tradition on the podcast, we make the guest do it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do
Nice.
it.
Every time.
Do it.
I love intros.
We only have had three
What
guests.
number episode is this?
11.
Nice.
Offline TV podcast number 11. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just let me know when I'm good to go.
You're
No,
good to
you're
go.
going. You're
You're
going.
going.
Or
Oh,
it's
yeah.
rolling.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube Nation. All right, we are here for episode 11 of the Online TV podcast with your host, Mythology. And here I have my first guest, Skara. Ba-do-boop-ba-doo, ba-do-boop-ba-doo. Second guest, Pokimane.
Ba-do-boop-ba-doo, ba-do-boop-ba-doo.
And our third guest, you may know him as the piece of toast that is Disguised Toast!
Wow, that's the most
That's-
amount
Welcome
of
to the
energy
podcast.
Yeah.
I've ever seen on this podcast.
That's actually
I
crazy.
think I can fall asleep now.
Yeah, we're good. The
I'm
podcast is
exhausted.
over, right? We got the clip.
Enough
we're done.
effort. Done.
So yeah, brand new podcast. We have no topics lined up, so
We're just gonna talk about myth.
yeah.
Why?
Miss, what do you want to
You
talk
put this
about?
all on me? No,
What do you wanna talk
don't
about?
do that!
Well, I mean, we don't get a lot of FPS.
I am the
players.
host.
Yes, you are.
I am the host.
With the most, yes.
So I guess, just one thing that's been on my mind a lot recently is Valorant.
Ooh,
event
Valorant.
that I was supposed to go to
Alright.
that got
Tell
canceled.
the people what Valorant is.
Valorant is a 5v5 tactical round-based shooter that Riot is currently developing that is basically going toe-to-toe with CSGO, right? And
And
has
probably
hero
many other games.
abilities. Yeah. So it's quite an interesting title. A lot of people are super, super interested in it.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like
basically
a
everyone.
game that everyone has been waiting for. Everyone's been waiting for a game, and this one's like
It's being that game.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
People-
waiting for something, and this is the one to come out. So I think everyone is just hoping it will like fulfill their hopes and dreams. But I think that's also a lot of pressure.
Which name do you guys like? Project A or Valorant?
I won't lie, Project A sounded dope.
Project A.
So I think I had a talk about this with one of my friends, and we feel like Project A was like so the name itself, like, is it a great name?
Is
Or
Valorant
is
a
it
great thing?
Oh, come
Does
on.
Valorant mean something,
like-
by the way?
I don't know. I actually have no idea. I didn't Google Valorant or what it meant. But I think like a lot of the love for like Project A is the initial like hype up of it, right? Because that was what they named it when people knew that they were working on something. So I do like Project A, but like I think Valorant's pretty badass. I'm with it.
Okay. So you're expecting Riot to watch this podcast and they're like, oh, he likes our fucking name. We gotta get him
Switch
in
it
our
back, guys.
first
Switch it back. Forget the
invitational
handles.
tournament.
It's already happening.
Oh.
Ooh, yeah.
No, not tournament. Sorry, but I was supposed to go to their event, but it got
Say,
canceled.
did you
I
get
seen
the
yours.
invitation?
It might have literally came in today, but I've been like out all day.
They sent a physical invitation. It was thick. It was nice print. Like
Yeah.
you could like put it up on your desk. It was so nice.
Wait, you got one, Pokey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Scar,
You're gonna go to the event, right?
Yeah.
That'd been
No, I was
sick.
gonna pass it up.
Well,
Frick, man, I was so hyped.
Scar, where's your invite?
I don't know, Toast. Where's your invite?
Look.
Listen, I think they just
Listen.
spun a
Hey,
content
hey.
creator wheel and they're like,
Yeah,
these
only
guys
one
are
person
really
from
fun.
offline
they
TV
they
needs to
shipped it
go.
with mine.
There
They
it
shipped it with
is.
mine, that's all.
Mine got lost in the mail. You know?
It is, yeah.
But yeah, there was an event planned for next week, right? But they had to cancel it because of the coronavirus.
Wait, really?
Yeah. You didn't wait.
Wait,
what?
did you not know when it was?
No, I didn't know why they canceled it. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
Paul
Oh
couldn't
yeah,
come.
It was
no,
because-
an official statement was released that it they
that
don't
they
want
just
people
don't
flying.
feel it's smart to fly out a bunch of players to a
What?
certain
That
area
would have been
during.
so good for me. Because if all the streamers got sick, I just fucking take over Twitch, you know?
True.
That's true, because they invited all the top FPS
Exactly,
streamers.
right? All of you guys were invited. And then it's
Top FPS streamer.
Top
Have you
FPS.
seen my CS:GO spread?
just top FPS streamer.
Top
We'll
10.
see. There's
Maybe a lot
gonna be
of
some
people.
competition. There's gonna be the new ninja.
I wonder who like the new wave of creators will be. Or I also think that content creators have like developed and evolved, and now every single time there's a new release, they all freaking hop on it. So it makes it especially harder for new up and coming creators to really get any spotlight at all, as opposed to like the Fortnite era.
Yeah.
where people like just played it and then it started popping off. This is like anytime there's something new, boom, everyone's eyes are on it.
Yeah, I mean, people generally tend to learn like from their mistakes. I know, like personally with me, like I'm going into Project A, learning a lot from my experiences of like making content and being in the Fortnite scene and having that advantage at the start. If you could
Super
apply that information,
Yeah.
is like super beneficial, right?
Yeah,
Lucky
so-
for us.
I mean,
Yeah.
for me, like TFT, like jumpstarted my career again, and a lot of that was because of the prep I did before TFT came out. So I really,
You knew.
yeah, I knew. Okay, because I
You knew to prep
Well, yeah,
editors
could
to
you-
prep daily
no,
uploads.
because the first thing, the easiest thing was I released cheat sheets about the game, and like I was talking to them, I was like, "Are you gonna release any information?" Like, nah, we don't have anything. I'm like, okay. So I was like, if I'm a new player, what do I want to have? And I was like, okay, I need something to tell me what the units do and like what the synergies are. So I made the cheat sheet. I hired some graphics guy, made the cheat sheet look really good.
They're so good.
Yeah, and then like
I used them.
it was like fucking everyone used them, and that's
Yeah.
what blew me up. Like literally, I went from doing actually like 2 to 4K viewers, and I jumped to like probably 7 to 10.
That's
Even
that's a
more
high jump.
sometimes.
Yeah, and like
yeah.
just because of that, the preparation for TFT. So like before the Project A is actually fucking wild. Everyone's just like, oh my god. If you play games at all, you're playing. It doesn't matter if you're an FPS player. I'm a fucking like TFT streamer, League Legends. I'll be playing, you know. Toast will be playing. It's fucking strategy gaming, Overlord. Everyone's playing just to get a piece of the
Yeah.
pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the competition is gonna be fierce. Like even for TFT, it's just a strategy game, but competition was fierce then, and like a lot of top streamers from existing strategy games like Hearthstone, was trying to like hold the top. It was like between Hearthstone streamers and League streamers.
Yep.
Like I started streaming. I would write down the names of my competition, follow them on Twitch,
He's not kidding.
and I will always overstream them because I know if I go offline, my viewers go to them and get a bump in viewership for
Yeah.
them. So I would not end the stream until I made someone log off. So
Yeah.
it was like 13 hours, 14 hours. Like I wanted to kill myself, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, bitch, you stay down
Playing
there.
the game, man.
Yeah.
You're playing the game like right
True
on.
ruthlessness.
But
So-
it'll be that way for Valorant, I imagine.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely.
it will be in a lot of ways.
You got plans, Smith? I mean, you're gonna be one of those
Ooh.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been like theory crafting some stuff for like release streams and how I want to approach, but a lot of it's like, okay, you could have all this preparation, but then when it drops, we don't have enough information yet about
You
like
have to adapt.
what it's gonna be. Exactly.
I was thinking like as it drops, like you get a lot top streamers together, you start playing like in-house lobbies. 'Cause
Yeah.
the thing about
Oh!
TFT that happened
Do you
was
think
like
they're gonna have custom lobbies?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You really don't know. It's
True.
not usually something they have like right on release
It's-
or like on at beta.
Yeah, you're not sure, but if they do,
I think
Then that
I think
would
that
be
there's a
good.
good chance because it's like that's the market. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
That's like the market. The type of people that are playing this game are the type of people that want to hop into like a hyper competitive setting.
Apex did not have custom lobbies. did
No.
they? Do they
Oh.
even now?
They only have developer supported ones.
That's what I mean.
yeah.
ouch. Oh, I mean, like Riot probably learned from some of their mistakes, right? But
True.
I'm thinking like because what TFT did in the first week, I remember because everyone was a part of it. Everyone did in houses, and it was like people just
It
threw
was
money.
so
People were just
fun.
like whoever wins,
Wins
like
100 gifted subs from everyone.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like 700 gifted subs if you win.
so. But like that, I could see the same thing. Like you guys
Yeah.
are playing 5v5,
Yeah.
and it's like okay, we're just throwing like 10 grand at it.
Yeah,
and
people,
like
yeah, people are definitely trying to like get their groups together, like come up with fun little things that they could do together on stream and whatnot. And I mean, just personally though, I know like my stream schedule is probably going to be like minimum 12 to 14.
oh, I know.
Just off the bat. I want to do like a 24 on release day though, as well.
Okay, so when me and Toast did TFT, it was we had competition between I would say like 10 to 20 other streamers, but realistically for us, it was only like 10. For
I
this
think really
game,
5 or 6.
all the FPS streamers are the competition's like
Dude.
100 plus.
How glad
I
do you
actually
think
can't imagine.
people are that Shroud's not available to compete?
Ooh.
Because like if Shroud was
And
around,
Ninja.
yeah, and Ninja, because like a lot of people just default to Shroud. Oh, FPS game, I'm
Shroud.
gonna watch Shroud. Like even though he might not be the best player, he's just the most well known.
Especially like for Apex, sorry to cut you off, but for Apex, I literally felt like even he realized it so much that he was like trying to shove people to watch other streamers because he just knew he would like soak up like 90% of the viewership. It's insane.
It is nutty.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm also
yeah.
curious whether people will want to go to Mixer or to other platforms
To see to
the
watch
release.
Shroud, I
'Cause
think there
some-
will be a bump. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like it won't be that significant though. I feel like Twitch is the platform people go to for new releases.
Yeah. Well, we got new shot right here. Fucking 50K.
I mean,
streamer
who's your
when Valorant
competition
drops.
with? Dr.
We'll see.
Disrespect,
Yeah, Doc,
Summit?
Summit, Tinder Tatman.
Doc, Summit, Tim. If Turner plays it,
Oh,
Do you think Dizzy? Dizzy's
Dizzy
really
kind of dropped
Dizzy
off
fell.
with Apex.
Dizzy
though.
fell off.
True, but dude, I played CS:GO with him. He's just insane at shooters, and so I feel like especially if there's like a ranked system of sorts,
yeah.
he's gonna be some.
That's another thing to
competition.
take into consideration. Like we have no idea of like if there's gonna be ranked on drop or
If they,
not.
okay, if there's not ranked on drop, the streamers that are currently popular right now will stay at the top. If there
True.
Yeah.
if there is rank, because
Then it leaves room. For
then
others.
it's like you can put in your title. I'm the number one
Yeah.
ranked player in this
Yeah, for
game,
sure.
and people are like, I gotta go watch this guy, even if he
Yeah.
has no personality, no kid, doesn't matter.
no personality.
It's true.
So from your guys' perspective though, as like like non primarily like shooter streamers, is your approach toward the game like what is it like what's your strategy toward the game, or is you just try to like are you hopping on to like have fun for the most part?
I
or
think
are you gonna try to like interact with your
for
friends? to
most
make-
of the non-FPS streamers was just there to have fun because
Yeah.
it's gonna be impossible
I
for
feel you.
us.
To compete.
So it's about coming up with like creative ways to sort of stream it and
Yeah.
I think also playing with friends
Yeah.
is a good angle.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you look at the games that you play
Having
with
fun.
friends, it's like actually it's so small. Like if you have like a full lobby, you can play Overwatch together, you can play CS:GO together,
Yeah.
but like it's kind of League of Legends even is like kind of weird. But like I feel like it's easier to play a game like like Valorant, right? Whereas it's a new game, so there's so much hype around it, and I think
Yeah.
Valorant's gonna be one of those games where like you can potentially just pop off randomly,
Yeah.
like anyone, and then you can also hard carry your friends if you're good, right?
yeah, and
So
create
it's
some really
like
cool moments.
Yeah. where I feel like that's not true for a lot of the team-based games right now. Like
Yeah.
Overwatch, like you're not fucking carrying if
The whole
their
team,
team is better,
yeah.
right? But like I know CS:GO's had that thing where like
I understand. Yeah.
if you're ultra good, you're fucking 1v.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
I feel like
That makes sense. Yeah, that's
like
interesting.
It might be the Overwatch killer.
The Overwatch killer.
I think.
Yeah.
Do you think there needs to be a game for that to happen?
Oh shit! Come on, we got this.
Yeah, Overwatch is kind
But
of
like
on
when
the downswing,
I
huh?
think about it, and I think about kind of Overwatch's decline, this is just going to be the last nail in the coffin, really.
Yeah, I mean, Overwatch kind of just ruined their competitive league with their just how it was set up because it's like you have to fly to places to
City-
play.
Oh, I would hate to be an Overwatch.
And then
fan.
they inflate their numbers and then they sell it to sponsors. And then the sponsors are like, something's not adding up. And then Twitch paid for the rights to the first year. And then after the first year, they're like, wait,
We don't want
this
this.
is really shady shit right
Really
here, right?
expensive.
Potato.
And the teams paid an insane buy-in just to be a team in the league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You got $30 million. Where are you putting your money in? What like company in the scene? I'm curious.
What company in the scene
Yeah,
do I put
what
my
do you
money in?
believe-
I
do
mean,
you
he's
believe
under
development?
TSM. That's not fair.
Development, or what do you mean?
Like, is there something that's not TSM that you would be like, I'm kind of interested in where to do it. I really like Riot Games. I'm gonna put money here. I really like, Apex Legends. I think that team is great. I'm gonna put money here. I love Fortnite. I think Epic Games is doing a great job. I'm
I
playing
love
30
Fortnite, Paul.
30 million.
I love Fortnite. If you're watching, I love Fortnite.
Yeah.
I love Fortnite. I mean, I would. I think this is. I feel like the question is, or the answer is like the most obvious one. Which is Valorant. Honestly, it's like I would put all my money on it. I would flip that coin so hard.
You think it's a
Yeah.
coin flip, but you take it.
Yeah.
okay.
I think it's definitely. I mean, so with what we know so far, I think it's definitely a risk, right? If we're gonna think in that like situation, right? With I'm just putting 30 million and I'm just gonna slap it on a company and see where it goes or see if they succeed, right? Because we as hungry as people are for this style of game, for this 5v5 arena like shooter S&D based game, no one is, the public hasn't had their hands on it. And I watched like the gameplay. Sorry. I watched the gameplay that they recently released and I'm like, okay, this looks really good, but I know from like experience, looking at a game and playing a
Can't
game are
tell.
two different things, are like two drastically different things. So I'm just waiting till I can get my hands on it. And then, if I'm really happy with it, I'm like, okay, good. My 30 mil is on it.
I wonder if there's going to be
But it is going to be a risk.
all the top streamers gain advanced access, but will they be able to advance stream it like TFT were allows? Because like TFT, if you're a top league streamers or like strategy streamers, you get advanced like access while you're streaming, while people have to wait 12 hours to play.
Really?
Oh, I mean,
for like patches or
both
like
Riot games. I actually think so.
Yeah, no.
Like-
Just because the test servers was so small, like everyone has to wait like 12 hours between games.
was this before?
Before it was released to like
Okay,
public.
gotcha.
Yeah, it's because the game was so overwhelmingly hyped that the queue times were like 8 hours.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like you literally could not play it. But then Riot could.
Where was that because of servers being full?
Yeah, yes.
Oh,
Their
yeah.
PvE server was
Okay.
like more popular than like
Gotcha.
major regions or something. Like
Wow.
It was ridiculous.
So it was like a case of the rich gets richer kind of deal.
Yeah. So how? Okay, I'm curious. How did the community react to that?
I mean, there were some salty people.
They were salty.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
does
there's-
this person have a key but I don't? But
Because like people would be like, I waited in queue for 8 hours and my PC shut off, and then Scar gets to fucking log in and play in 1
Scar,
second.
man,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone like
Yeah,
because like
fuck you, Skara.
yeah,
Who told you to be Skara, bro? Fuck off.
can't help.
I mean,
Priority queue.
Yeah, from this side of the aisle, it's
Yeah,
great. But
of
like when
course.
Valorant comes out, if I don't have advanced access, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck, man? What makes these people better than us? Kind of deal.
Hey, fuck. Hey, my man. Hey.
I mean, sorry guys, just be like that sometimes, you know.
But hey, I mean, I think that is something that
Our Fortnite hours paid off.
what the fuck? I suppose so, yeah.
But hey, you guys
Shit,
would
have
need
they?
players to play against, right? What are they gonna fill
Yeah,
it
you
up
need
with?
noobs to stop.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm right here.
Do I?
Oh, actually, maybe not. You got a lot of people in chat.
No, but that could be something that ends up happening. And I think like, okay, there's like I'm split on this because there's a part of me. I'm gonna use what Pokey says all the time. There's the what do you call that, like person of you that's like the super business savvy one? The super business savvy side of you?
Ruthless businesswoman.
The ruthless businessman inside of me is like, priority queue? Yeah. Give me. But then like when I think about like, okay, would I like being on the other side? Probably not. It's like probably kind of scuffed to be on the other side and be like somebody else that like wants to play the game and wants to make content for it and then like literally just gets like kind of scuffed off the bat.
It's like when Overwatch first went to beta. Like you watch people play and it's so fun, and you're like just begging to get in.
Yeah. But I also think there's like between those two thoughts, there's just the realistic aspect of the world
which
that
is
we live
it
in,
benefits
which is exactly
the
it benefits
company,
the company.
so they're probably gonna do
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So and I respect that among, but like either of those sides of me.
Yeah, I respect it too. Give me priority access. Me and Toast.
Yeah. Man, those in-houses are gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be so hype.
I had an idea of trying to like find an FPS streamer that's upcoming and I kind of just like invest in him. It's like, hey, can I give you like 50K to like set you up with like everything you need, and I'll take like your entire income for the next year or something. No, maybe not the entire income.
Your fucking face.
But yeah, I'll
portion.
fly you to California. I'll set you up with a room and offline TV, and it's
Wait.
like 50% of your income.
I'm sorry, where?
What?
50%. And I'm
where?
sure there's some FPS players out there
Oh, absolutely.
that would say, hell yeah. Like, but how do you know they won't suck?
Yeah.
You don't.
I think you can
don't.
only
It's a
really
gamble.
find those kinds of people once the game comes out. You have to find like a myth, a
but
day.
It'll be too late.
They're too expensive then. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, not
You have to
necessarily.
find it like
Before-
first
before
week
you
or
find them.
two
Ah.
or three.
You need to find them either right as soon as that like summit clip goes out, or right before, right?
Yep.
Because when right as soon as they get that clip that like
It's done.
hits them, their emails are flooded with. Actually, my emails were not flooded with any people. Literally, TSM was the only org that hit me up after the summit,
Oh, they were smart.
which is pretty nice. Yeah, they were
fucking
really
Lena's got a
smart
good
early
eye.
on. Yeah, they were. Yeah, they snatched me up. But then but like in other games, I know that it's a thing where like if one person pops off and you know they got eyes on them, people will generally be like, okay, let's get this guy. Everyone's gonna off to the races to snatch this dude up.
Yeah. TFT came out. Me and Toast got offers from a lot of orgs.
Wait, why didn't you guys ever say yes?
Because our org is offline TV.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
Also, the offer was shit.
Okay,
Okay, that makes more sense.
my offer was more competitive, some of them, but then it was just like, I don't think they can give me more than what offline gives me. And I feel like if I associate myself with an org, they also get offline to an extent. Like, so I don't
I see what you
I don't
mean.
like that unless the money is just like too
Really
stupid.
good,
Then I'd be
yeah.
like, "Yo, Pokey, I'm sorry, but the number was this," and she'd be like, "Oh, I understand."
Okay, respect.
What's too stupid?
6 figures. And
Really? You go for
year?
6 figures?
Wait, a year?
A month.
A month is
month?
insane. Shut up.
it'd be some sort of 6-figure number per year.
Yeah.
For an org.
I would have said like
Respectable.
20K a month.
That's-
I'd be like, I respect
that's
it.
really
It's okay.
good. Yeah.
It's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
What about you?
What's my number?
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for me to say anything because now that I'm not on Twitch, I don't feel that competitive drive. I'm just chilling. So it's like if someone wants to toss me free money, I'm like, sure, go ahead.
How is that, by
fair.
the way? How's that like been for you? I don't think I've ever talked to you about
It's
it.
very chill. Like I essentially just play what I want with friends. Like I just mostly play League nonstop with like friends now, like 5v5, and there's no like chat flaming me if I lose in TFT. No like demands. It's like, hey, this game's
Yeah.
out. Why aren't you streaming it? Why aren't you like streaming Legends of Runeterra?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I'm just gonna play what I want when I want. So it's nice. It's relaxing. What about you, Myth? Would you ever make some moves, make some money moves? Everyone's making money moves. I hear
What type of money moves?
this year there's a lot of money moves being made.
Really?
Like more like last year had like, I don't know,
5,
5, 6, 7.
5 to 10,
5 to 10. This year is gonna be like way more.
Really?
And Twitch has to think about it's like they only have so much money unless they want to hit up, Papa Bezos and start paying everyone, They gotta have to decide who to keep and who be like, we can't match Amazon, we can't match Facebook or Google. So
You
yeah.
mean we can't match? Not Amazon.
Not Amazon. What's the other one? Oh, Microsoft.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
But I mean, personally, I think I might have some money moves in mind. Yeah, to say the least.
It's always exciting times when
Yeah.
someone's about to make money moves.
Yep. 2 people in the house have, or even though TV, 2 people are getting
Money moves this year.
potentially. So
But yeah, nothing's like confirmed or locked in. yet.
whoa,
I think. Yeah, I really like Twitch. Twitch is like my fucking home, man. Like I grew up in middle school watching streams every single day before breakfast, before going out like to school.
Middle school.
Yeah,
Middle
like
school.
7th,
Is you
8th grade.
12?
Huh?
Sorry. Middle school. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess for me
middle
it was
school.
high school. So technically, maybe.
So I remember like I used to watch Black Ops 2 streams on release like religiously. So there's so much of me is emotionally invested into Twitch that it would be hard to leave. But I mean,
Everyone's got their price.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
quote from here, but the ruthless businessman part of me, says there's a number where I can't say no.
no, exactly.
There's
Everybody has that number.
there's like a
They
number
legit
where you're just
cannot say
like,
no.
but
100%.
Fuck.
the issue is
Precisely.
they always give you a number that's on the edge.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then you're like, oh my God, what do I do with my life?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Everyone
that's
figures
that's
it
sort
out.
of where I'm at when it comes to all that, though. I fucking love Twitch, though. I love you.
same.
Yo, don't be saying
No,
that.
you
You gotta make him think.
Yeah. Gotta make him work for it a little bit.
Oh, true. I love them conditionally.
Same.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question.
What's up?
Were you the person I saw asking for diabolical keys?
Yeah,
How's the game?
I don't like it.
Oh,
Wait, what's
What is
diabolical?
diabolical? I think I've heard of
Okay,
it.
Diabolical
Isn't it
is an
FPS?
arena FPS. It's like
Yeah.
Unreal Tournament Quake, and the maker of the game was Too Good. Too Good Harding. He used to be a host for.
I thought you meant like he's really good. He's
James
like
Harden.
too
That's what
good.
his name's like James.
Too good for the development
Yeah,
team. Like,
yeah. So like he's been making this game for like a decade,
Damn.
and like it just came out
And
in
it's
alpha,
not even that good.
and like
I don't like it. That's I think there's a lot of people that absolutely love it.
yeah.
Really?
But the people that absolutely love it, in my opinion, are the people that like. It's like a niche genre. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very
arena
niche. It's a very
shooters.
niche type of shooter. Am I
It's-
saying that right?
Yes.
Niche.
Yes.
Nice.
There, you cannot be a casual
Yeah.
player in an arena FPS.
Yeah, I agree.
Quake is the game where if you play against someone who's better than you, you go -1 and he gets 16 at first to 16.
Yeah.
Like
And-
he will smash you.
Yeah.
See,
It's a very.
it's just aim.
It's like if you've been playing, it's sort of like CS in the way like if you've been playing those type of games for 5-10 years, like playing Quake and stuff, you're gonna really, really like it nowadays. You're gonna really love it and you're gonna be really good at it. But if you're sort of just hopping in new and you're like starting off with no help, no friends, it's
God.
it is overbearing. And there's a lot. There's those games. Diabolical specifically it's depthy. The game has some depth in my opinion.
Oh, I saw Ralpha in the recent IEM. He just he swept the tournament. He didn't lose the map. And like even the grand finals, he was like 13-2, 16-2 against the guy. And I was just like, holy fuck, that's the second best player in the world, by the way. Or like the third best player.
For what game?
For IEM Katowice, the one without the audience.
Okay.
He went there and he won the whole thing, swept the whole tournament. And it was disgusting. He killed everyone.
Was it for Diabolical?
No, it was for Unreal Tournament.
For Unreal Tournament. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Quake Arena.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, like if you're used to the mechanics of those games, you're gonna love this game.
Okay.
Right? You're gonna absolutely love it. But if you're not used to like rocket jumps and using your movement and propelling yourself in ways and stuff, I don't think like the newer generation is like gonna be a big fan.
Okay, a question.
Fortnite players.
Question for all of you. Do you guys like running and shooting? Because like that's like
I won't lie, yeah. Apex is
Apex,
freaking
right?
nice.
Yeah.
Maybe is Fortnite like that? Like is there like
Yeah.
the crosshair
Yes,
spell
very
on it?
much so.
So Fortnite, and then there's like
what did you by running and shooting? You just mean like having a faster paced shooter?
no, I mean like actually you can gun while you're running.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because like Apex you can do that, Fortnite you can do that, but CS:GO if you do
CSGO
that,
you can. Like I had to learn to not move while shooting
Yeah.
because in Fortnite I'm so used to like dodging while shooting.
yeah. Do you like that?
I like it, and I like it. I think if it's the right game, it complements it well and it works well. Then yeah, I like it. Like for example, Apex, I love the movement. And, like
It feels so
the
good.
locomotion of Apex is so
They did a really incredible
freaking
job.
good. That's the number one thing that I like pride those freaking devs on is the movement in that game. The characters. I'm everywhere right now, but for a good reason. So let me go one thing at a time here. Locomotion Apex. The characters feel like they belong. The moves that they're doing feel like they belong in that universe and in that world and with the environment. When I play games nowadays, that is literally probably the number one thing that I look for now. Which it's like a mini insider
It's a feeling.
thing.
Weird. Okay.
Yeah. That's a thing that my brain like takes
Oh,
control on
it's
when it
like
comes
when
to
you
games.
play League and then a champion like Yumi comes out and you're like, this doesn't belong in this world.
Yes. But for shooters and movement, there are a lot of like shooters that I'll play and I'll be like, this, even the way the character looks like running in the environment looks weird. I'm just like,
You don't like it.
what the fuck?
Get me the fuck out.
Like, I'm not playing this. Or the way that like, what was the game that I was playing recently? Shoot. It's like another BR game. And they have like axes and like bows.
Oh, Project Darwin.
Darwin. Yeah. So I was playing Darwin.
Mega low.
And there were really good parts of like the movement where I was like, this feels so good. This is really innovative. And they really are like pushing their boundaries of what they can do with movement. And then you'll like do some move that connects to those moves and it just feels like ass. And I'll be like, why? Why? Why did they do that? So
Do you guys remember that one game that came out near the same time that Fortnite came out and there were chickens when you died?
Oh,
Paladins.
No.
Yes! No.
No.
Realm Royale.
Realm Royale.
Yes.
That one.
That,
God.
dude,
And
I
it
have no
went
idea why
zoom.
people were playing that game so much.
And it went boom.
That's a
Where's
perfect
that
example.
game now?
That is. Did you play
Pretty
that
dead.
game?
No, but people
You
were
didn't
so
play Realm?
hyped about it. I was like, I'll jump in after like a couple weeks, and then they were
Same.
dead.
Let me-
Same.
Look, the number one thing that like as a creator, as somebody in this space, when I go online and I see that other people are like really enjoying things and I for some reason can't, it like bothers me. Not because they're having fun, because I feel like is it me? Like is this the next new thing that I physically cannot
Can't.
get in on because I just hate it? But it's good to know that it's not true and that it was actually like I'm all right.
I just kind of like the chicken thing.
Yeah, same.
But
Cute.
yeah, I watched people play that game and I was just like, the way that the characters move, and
I didn't really like it either. It seemed a little janky.
that's the one thing.
The movement I meant.
I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, I'm going on a little rant, but
That's all good.
that's the one thing I just can't get in on when I'm playing new games. Is like the movement has to be smooth, it has to feel right.
Have you played much CSGO?
Yeah,
Okay.
a little bit.
What about Rainbow Six?
Not as much, but a little bit as well.
Yeah, I always hear good things about that game.
Same.
Yeah.
That
But no one ever plays
That game
it.
does really well on Twitch too. Actually,
Yeah, it's very
it's
tactical.
very weird.
Yeah.
Have you guys played Escape?
Escape from Tarkov.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a little bit.
What is it similar to?
It's similar. It's like a clusterfuck of things. Can I swear on this podcast?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice. So yeah, it's like a clusterfuck of things because I would say what they're trying to do what they're trying to be essentially is, have you ever played like DayZ, or you know the concept of DayZ?
Yes.
So Escape from Tarkov's main thing is trying to recreate that survival game experience where you just left your base, you just left your stockpile, and you're about to go into Cherno or one of the really high populated looted towns, and you're trying to come out alive essentially with loot. So EFT takes that chunk of survival games that people generally that's their favorite part of survival games,
And that's,
and
like,
is
the whole
mass
game.
producing it. Yeah, it's the whole entire game. And that's essentially what EFT is.
What's the movement similar to?
The movement's similar to Arma.
Oh, don't look at me.
Oh, you're not
I
playing
have never played either of those games.
It's
PUBG? Is it similar to PUBG?
slower. So I would say it tries to resemble I'm not too experienced in EFT, but it's slower. So I think they're trying to have literally a more realistic approach, where a lot of the times when you're going through the game, you're you're walking and you're checking around corners, you're crouching, you're just taking things really slowly to make sure you don't die. So
hear
it's really,
this.
really hardcore.
There's no names, so you can shoot your teammates.
No,
you
there's
can't tell.
There's no
right?
names. There's no outlines. There's no UI. There's no tutorial. There's literally
doesn't that
the
suck?
game. The game. Okay, how do I? The game takes you. Let's say this is you, right? And you're the game.
Mm-hmm.
This is you. They take you. They crumble you up into a little ball, and they throw you into the game. Have fun. But that's what people want. There's a group of people that love that experience. But I remember I said on stream once while playing it, I was like, man, imagine if there was an EFT that was more friendly to the what do they call it?
Me.
The barrier to entry or the
Newbies.
is the term?
That's casual friendly. I don't know.
It was a little bit more casual friendly. I was like, man, that would really do good. And my chat was like, fuck off, Fortnite kid. You just want that because of Fortnite. You trash ass little Fortnite kid. And I was like, yo.
That sounds like chat.
It's chill, just a suggestion, boys.
Yeah, I know hardcore players hate it when they try and make the game not easier, but just more accessible.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
that's what makes the game great.
Yeah.
You realize it's there's no reason
The
for
thing
it to
that's
be
also
difficult.
deterring people.
Hipsters.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
gatekeeping.
that's a good way to put it. Is just making it
More
Accessible, yeah.
Yeah, accessible. Because it's really hard to hop in as a new player and learn on your own. It's Druid, not Druid. It's miserable.
Wasn't sure if it was gonna pop off. So it was a game that I was like, is this Realm Royale again?
Yeah.
And then it did. It's still doing decently
Yeah, it's
well.
doing okay.
I can't believe it actually.
It has its figures,
Yeah.
and it developed its figures very fast in terms of people in the community that you go to watch it. Because now it's at the point I feel where if you're new and you're trying to play that game, nobody really wants to watch.
Oh,
Somebody-
you only watch X, Y,
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch you fail a shoreline raid 16 times in a row anymore. People want to see the high loot, high intensity, good players walk out with 10 mil or some crazy
Jesus
shit on a raid.
Christ.
Oh, you know what I've been noticing on Twitch for League of Legends? A lot of FPS streamers are playing it. Moon is playing League. XQC was playing League. And Lyric was playing League. All within the last week. And I'm wondering if... Because I imagine all of those people are playing Valorant.
Everyone's bored.
And I'm like,
That's not even related.
but it's by Riot. So, I'm a conspiracy
okay.
theorist.
Oh,
I'm just
my
wondering
God.
if it's a coincidence that Valorant is
Right?
a month away-ish. And then maybe a couple
A
months.
month?
A couple months.
Oh, okay, wait.
Summer.
Is beta
May,
in the
June,
summer
July-ish.
or release?
People have been
think
saying
betas.
that there's a beta that's supposed to come at the end of this month.
I
Um,
think there's gonna be a beta.
Yeah.
I heavily think
I think there's going to be a beta too.
but the end of this month, that's
I
soon,
think that's
soon.
very likely as well.
like
Scar.
I don't know exact
Why are
details.
you telling them, Scar? They have more information than us.
Oh shit.
Scar has an
actually disagree.
insider,
I don't
huh?
think
No,
so.
no. I just highly suspect that the beta
I think
is
May
ready.
makes
Yeah, that's what I'd
That's
say
it.
if I knew
That's
somebody
it.
that had info.
Oh my fucking god. My friends are probably gonna get shot. Like fucking riots gonna come over and bring them all
Oh
up
no,
in the corner.
Scar!
Gun sound.
And always tilted. That's why I don't play
That's the
FPS
gangster
games.
pose.
There was a TFT streamer that was ranting how like if you want to get invited to like events or like opportunities, you have to play the
Hearthstone.
companies. No, the companies similar, but like if you want to get invited to a Riot event, you need to pop off or be popular in like a Blizzard game for them to want to invite you. If that
In a
makes sense.
competing game.
Yeah,
I don't think that's entirely accurate.
because he was ranting about that. It's like I feel like if I to get invited to this
to
tournament,
play Hearthstone.
I
That's
need to play Hearthstone because they ended up inviting like some Hearthstone streamers and
Yes.
not TFT
Alright.
players.
This is
Okay, I think. Well, no, go ahead.
I was
Actually,
gonna
sorry.
say the rant is pretty much like Riot promised competitive for
Mm-hmm.
TFT at some point in the future, and they did it in set 1.
Soon TM.
They what?
They did it in set 1. Okay, so
Okay.
when the game first launched, it's currently set
Gotcha.
3, which is 6 months from set 1, maybe longer.
Longer.
And there was not a single tournament for set 2, not a single one, and there's no communication about competitive. And so this guy and like everyone who's high rated in TFT for set 2, which is the current one right now, just like stop quitting the game and stop playing the game. Like everyone quit. Everyone's playing Tarkov, fucking like CS:GO, literally, not even
Whoopsie
kidding.
daisy.
And it's because like there's nothing to aspire for
Yeah.
them, and so there's
I know
just,
that
like
feeling.
and then on top of this, like there's just like an invitational, and they don't invite the top players; they invite the most popular players. So I understand why it's frustrating. You know,
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you're playing Valorant and then a month from now, Fortnite has this cool invitational with celebrities and they invite you and then like the top Fortnite competitive
Yeah.
players who don't really stream or they stream, but they have 500 viewers. And, you know, they're essentially complaining like, wait, I love the game. I'm good at it. Why am I not getting invites?
Yeah.
Aww.
But there's always two kinds of streamers. It's like good, but with great personality, or someone who's just really good at the game who kind of has no personality. And when it comes to strategy games, there's a lot of the second kind, which is just people who are really smart, really analytical, but they have the personality of a sponge. And they're surprised why they don't get invited to anything, right?
Sponges are fun. In a way. If you like.
Depends what they're soaking up.
True.
Is it something fun? What? I mean, like, I feel like a better analogy would have been like potato. Or, you know,
you would call them
Oh,
potatoes.
potato?
yeah.
Potato.
Another sort of,
rock.
maybe a sort of vegetable. You know, just like really no
You
person.
just really like want to shit on these streamers. It's like they're fucking nothing.
You're going
You're
off.
not,
No.
you're not
I'm just
human.
saying, sponge is more like, I actually feel like if someone is a sponge, then they can like adapt and learn to anything because they can just
That is
soak
the
up
first
a
thing.
good
that is
personality.
the first
thing that I think
they
of when I
absorb
thought of
a
a
good
sponge.
personality and then they
Yeah.
just you know, put it out there. Anyways, moving on.
Gotcha.
That's an interesting theory, and I can actually kind of see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like going out to events and stuff is because I've been invited out to like events for like other games and stuff. Like I was there for the Apex release or the Apex like private launch and stuff. I think at the end of the day, developers want like people that could bring in the things that, you know, what's happening over there on Fortnite side, you know, like
Yeah.
how are things over there so that they could talk. Cause I've had those conversations with people who are like, you know, how's Fortnite going? And okay, what do you think we could improve on here instead of doing there? You know, like what do you think they kind of did a little bit poorly that we could pick up? So I think it's like a exchange of information. So I think it's true, but I think the intent isn't like to shun their core like fan base or like the people that are playing their game, and it's more so to
Get a fresh
gain
perspective.
something new or gain something that's that would be like of more value in a way to them for like feedback.
I don't know. Some companies, their attitude is like, you're going to be playing our game anyway. Fuck you.
That's true as well. That's true as well. I think
You guys
yeah,
really think
that's
so?
they're definitely
Oh, let me
100%.
introduce you to fucking Blizzard
Wait, what's
Entertainment.
happening?
He's about to
Ooh,
go.
Play
tell
what?
me more.
He's talking about Blizzard.
Wait, what did Pokey say though?
Oh, I said, is that true?
Oh, is
That there
That
are
some company-
companies that
Oh,
don't care about people because they know they're gonna play that game.
well, yeah. If you're doing like a streaming event,
Because what I mean is like the difference between I don't give a shit, you're gonna play anyways, and like, oh, sorry, we can only pick like the top 3 or top 5 people. We can't do like the top 20.
well,
That's
it's
a very different
yeah. Well, it's a
thing.
business move at the
Yeah.
end of the day, right? Because if you know, like, okay, so let's use, let's say I make this game and I know that these streamers make their living playing my game. Like I know that I know that they are gonna play my game no matter what. And it's not. I don't think it's evil, right? It's just like it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. If you know that they're gonna play your game, then it's like, you know, you don't have to pay them because the viewership is gonna be there anyways for that
Can I
big
hear
patch
the
event
stories
release,
if there are
right?
any to share?
That's no.
And so for like that happened with me in
Specific
Apex. I don't
stories.
really play Apex hardcore.
yeah.
I was invited to play Apex for the season release, #ad, but I'm sure that there were like, I'm pretty sure there were like some other Apex primary streamers that aren't #added
true.
for it.
Yes,
because
yes.
that's like their main game. And the same thing would
I
happen
mean,
in
that
Fortnite.
makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the easy example. I remember you telling me this. So was it Hearthstone? You guys know the bounty board, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hearthstone had a
Oh.
bounty board, right?
To play
Yes,
Hearthstone.
yes, I remember
Except
that.
for if you were already streaming Hearthstone, you could not.
I
Get
think
the
when
bounty.
it comes to
Yeah.
money,
Yeah, it's
it
like-
only
That's
makes
just-
sense.
yeah, but
I
that's
think
just- that's
it's
just
different when it
business.
comes to free events.
So League did that a couple months later, but
But
even
anyone can get
anyone
it.
can.
Oh,
do that. So
that's
if you were a
true.
League streamer, you could still claim the League bounty.
Like all the
Yeah, that's
league
pretty
streamers.
lit.
that was nice.
Yeah.
people were really happy.
That's dope. That's a
like-
nice thing to do.
We get paid doing what we're gonna do. Like, right? It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Hearthstone's like, yeah, exclude every Hearthstone streamer so they can make money. And then you get all these like other fuckers from outside the game turning on their bounty board, start tracking. It's like, what the fuck is this shit, huh?
Toast was very mad. About
Thanks for the 10K, Blizzard. And then all the Hearthstone streamers, they don't even know what's
Yeah.
happening because it didn't even show up.
Yeah.
And
I think it's really, really nice when developers take care of like their hardcore community,
yes, I
their
agree.
existing members. But I also think that they're, you know, when it comes to like your #ad events, when you get that budget and you're looking at that budget and you're looking at all the people that you know are gonna, you're looking down the list here like, Mitt's gonna play Fortnite. TV's gonna play Fortnite. Who's that? Courage? Courage gonna be Fortnite. Who ain't gonna be playing Fortnite? XQC. Ooh, Summit. Oh my god, Doc, is that you, baby? Come on down.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's just a business move, but sometimes business sucks.
but yeah, no, true. But I do think like when you do feel like you're still a part, when you
Or you're valued.
when you feel like you're valued by the development company though, and you're able to build that longer lasting relationship, it is really nice. But if you just consistently like, okay, they don't really care about us, they're kind of just.
So what's that motion?
I was like sawing
Churning
something.
out? I don't know.
I don't know. I was sawing like my leg off. I don't know.
Okay,
Something pain. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly.
It's
Never
like
mind.
fisting.
Yeah, that's why people like.
That's what I was going for at first, but I decided to turn it around. I'm not going to lie.
Dude, we can swear. I'm
Okay,
pretty sure
cool.
you can
All right,
say
yeah.
that.
So, like, I mean, look. Yeah, like, let's say I've been playing Fortnite for literally 2.5 years or like 2 years and I haven't been
Hypothetically, yeah.
hypothetically, and I have not been invited to a single event, but I turn on the Pro-Am and fucking like, I don't know, Toast is up there on the Pro-Am, I'll be like,
See, I think that's where I draw the line. If it's something like a pro
Okay, yeah.
where you're inviting people, no money is being made, it's more of a community
Mm-hmm.
event for exposure, for whatever, then I think it makes sense to show
True.
appreciation to your loyal content creators.
yeah.
If it's something, I mean, if you're trying to get more exposure to your game, it makes
Agreed.
sense to go for people
Yeah.
elsewhere.
Agreed. No?
So
No,
still
I mean,
pissed
like,
on the bounty board.
no, I'm just, man, I got a lot of things to rant about when it comes to like Hearthstone. Because like
Yeah.
working with Riot's such a day and night difference. I had a Riot event and then I had a Blizzard event back to back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Riot paid me to go to an event. They also pay for like, they gave me like $500 in Uber credits. And like to travel for the Blizzard event, they're like, fuck you, find your way here. I had to use Riot's Uber budget that they gave me so I can travel to a Blizzard event. Like, that's how like that's what happens when I guess a game company kind of just doesn't really care because you're a Hearthstone streamer, or like we're giving you exposure, you get advanced access, that's your reward kind of deal. Just fosters a lot of resentment.
I understand that. I feel like Fortnite's done a really good job at actually like taking care of their.
Truly, it surprises me to hear that Blizzard sounds so far behind when they've been around for a minute. They should know.
I think there is a dark era with Blizzard, and Toast is in that dark era.
You think it's gotten better?
Has it gotten better?
It's
Toast?
getting a little better.
Okay.
Like I remember, it's like I told the manager at Blizzard, it's like, I went for a play test, I think, for Legend of Runeterra, and then to Blizzard was so unheard of. It's like, how much did they pay you? They paid you a lot, didn't they? And I said, no, I did it for free because it was just a fun game. Like their views on how influencer works is so like backwards.
Dude.
And then when I asked to get paid to go to their event, they're like, well, we're giving you advanced access, so that's kind of your payment.
I remember that. Oh man, I remember that. So on that situation,
I'm kind of in the dark.
They tried to fly out a lot of people or to come to play test one of their newest games, and they're like, we're not going to pay you, like just straight up. And
Playtest, or is this an event that's being streamed?
playtest, not streamed, completely on dark.
Like for feedback.
Yeah, for feedback. They wanted your feedback, your professional feedback. And essentially, a lot of the top streamers banded together, which is like tell them to fuck off.
But why?
Because it was like they were just taking advantage of us.
How so?
Because it was a situation where like we should have gotten paid for it. Because in that situation exactly, because it was right after Riot had done TFT, and then they flew out all the TFT people, they paid them, hooked them up with hotels, whatever, and we flew out, and then
So they previously took TFT people to do the same thing, and they got paid.
Riot paid.
Riot paid,
Okay,
and
sorry.
then Blizzard. I just remember they
You guys got paid to playtest?
Yes. Especially when they're asking for like feedback. Like if we're doing full party feedback from different
Like it's
regions.
8 hours of playtesting.
Yeah.
It's not like try it. And
Oh,
then,
it's scripted,
okay.
like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
scripted,
And
but
but it's a planned
well
day.
organized
Yeah.
planned day of
S-
like Q&A type shit.
So
Yeah.
Blizzard expected like that, but like for free, and I was just like,
Oh, I
Okay.
see.
See, I
that's
thought
very
they were just talking about
yeah.
like us going
Oh,
to
just
play
like come by,
Valorant.
play for an hour.
Because,
two.
yeah, in my
Hang
mind,
out with
in
some
my
friends.
mind, yeah, we were just invited to the Valorant playtest, and I thought it was more like
yeah.
that, right?
oh no, it'd be like if they invited you like 8 months ago, and they're like, help us make the game good.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we're gonna go through the day. We're gonna play test for three hours, and we're gonna eat lunch. Play test for 3 more hours. We're gonna have feedback sessions after each
With the
play
devs,
test.
yeah.
That's
Not gonna lie, for Valorant, I'd do it.
Yeah, true. I would do it for Valorant, yes.
true, because it's like
Not
pretty,
wrong.
it's like pretty hype. But like
Yeah.
they were asking, it was like a very experimental thing that they were ended up doing, and it soured a lot of people's things. Like, to the point where like a lot of the creators, like me included, got messaged by other people, and we're just like, do not go for free. I'll do anything, just do not go for free. I'm like, okay. So I said no.
Yeah.
Like I remember at the beginning of everyone's career when they get invited by the game companies or like a sponsor for $500. It's like, wow, I'm like, I made it.
Not even $500. My first sponsorship was almost Dust Off, the can where you like spray it in, and they were like, we can give you free product and a backpack, and I was just like,
Wait, what the fuck is Dust Off?
How do you
It's
not
like
know
the
what dust
air in
is?
the can,
It's a
right?
what?
And it has
Compressed
like a
air
little.
where you-
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the keyboard shit, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you clean it.
Yes.
Yeah, you clean like the inside of your PC.
Yeah, it's dust. Okay,
Has a
yeah.
little
And you
straw
got it
coming
for
out.
free?
Okay, that was like our first potential sponsor, and that was like, we fucking made it, guys. We and like
No
Dust
payment?
off notice.
it was just product, and they're
Wait,
like,
how old are you?
it was like the league was like still like in season 1,
Yeah.
and like it was me and Void Boy, and we're talking. We're just like, should we take this Dust Off sponsorship, guys?
It's like the biggest decision
Yeah,
you've
we're
ever
just like-
made.
we're just like-
It's for a
Like they
backpack.
said,
They were getting hyped over air.
Literally nothing.
Bro, they went, look, the comment, okay, you're getting excited for this. Oh my God!
okay, and a free backpack. Okay,
Free
and
backpack.
a free.
Holy shit, that's
That's what it meant
that's
for me
so funny.
a long
Holy
time ago.
shit.
When I was trying to make it,
I can imagine.
You know, that was it.
Well, this is like early on in the league
Like,
scene, right?
very
So this
early
is
on.
this was like the Wild West of
Yes.
influencer fucking anything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I understand how that you know how
How
you're
it
excited
that
to
was,
be that.
that was
high,
a dark era.
That's
Fucking-
so funny.
Nothing
Holy
gets
shit.
dust off, but like, yeah, product. If you try to come up to me like, we'll give you free product and backpack, I'm gonna be like, fuck off, please.
Yeah, like getting free shit is like a sign that you're making progress when you're a content creator. Like someone gives you the game for free or like sponsors you for like $50 an hour,
Just sends you stuff.
just sends you stuff
Sees
like
if you like it.
clothes.
Yeah, no, you don't understand.
Or
That was
compressed
a
air.
sponsorship. That wasn't like
You
You had to have the overlay on your stream.
Yeah, it was gonna be like.
Oh my
It was gonna be like, yeah, we
God.
could sponsor you for this next tournament. I think.
Sponsored by Dust Up.
Yeah, like something like that.
What the?
Yeah.
Look,
It was, yeah, this wasn't a one-off campaign,
That
right?
is
This is
so
like
It
a
was
funny,
a dark
man.
time, and then we got picked up by Dig like a month later. So that was like the start of Dignitas'
Gotcha.
first League of Legends team.
I mean, you could have been Dust Off Gaming.
Oh my god, we didn't talk about title sponsorships, but maybe they might have asked, you know, to throw in a fucking like I don't know, like a little towel and like, oh shit, we have to be Dust Off Gaming this tournament.
They added some thermal paste, some shit.
It's a wrap. Thermal paste. is a
They
wrap.
locked us
Let's
in for
do
3
it.
years with that.
Holy shit. I've actually been hearing about like content creator contracts nowadays, and I am like so concerned for people still because it used to be really bad, but now it's still bad, but it looks prettier.
It used to be not getting paid money, and now you're getting paid money.
But it's not the amount you should be getting
Okay, it's I don't know if that's true. It's
a
like
lot of the time.
the time is too long. It's like they'll lock you in these
for
like
3
plus
plus years. That's insane.
They lock
That's
you-
a lifetime in esports.
Yeah.
But and like I always think of it like this way. The what you're getting paid is good for now. But if you don't grow at all, but if you grow at little bit in the next 6
It's
months,
not worth
that
it.
offer's gonna look not that good. In a year, that offer, ooh, that's a like real fucking like I wish I got more. And in 2
Yeah.
years, you're gonna be like, get me out right
I
now.
think
I've
what
seen- no,
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I think a lot of kids as well when they're getting into it, they think that if they grow, that that they'll get that raise,
Oh,
and that's where a lot of them.
Sometimes you do, and
Yes.
sometimes you
So
don't.
there are some times you do.
there's
And-
sometimes
and-
good
yeah,
orgs and
Yeah,
trustworthy,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
sometimes they're like, hey, we're just
100%,
we're just gonna fuck you.
100%.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the good ones are like what 3?
Yes, actually.
And they're the
like-
most
yeah.
like they're the hardest to get into because everyone
True.
wants to
Yeah.
be a part of them.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
like if you
'Cause
sign,
they
you've
know
already
they're
kind of
good.
made it.
Yeah.
Like it's,
So I know a lot of people that have been given like 3-year contracts or have been looking at it, and I'll tell them, I'm like, dude, you should not lock yourself in for anything for this long, like for 3 years.
But I saw a recent one, and it's not just like, oh, you're branded by this org. It's like you can't take sponsorships in any category, like any. I'm talking headsets, monitors, keyboards, laptops, anime, VR headsets,
Even-
food, clothing, like nothing.
Even if the team doesn't have those categories.
Yes, they lock it off regardless.
because you could potentially
Yes.
they could potentially get it.
And you want to sell those numbers that creator is bringing in.
Wow.
So and the creators know to argue for those because they'll back off of some stuff. But like if you're a new streamer
No.
up
And you don't
coming,
have an agent.
Yeah,
You're just
like,
like,
they're not gonna be
okay,
like,
cool,
You're
I get a
just-
free sponsor.
The only thing when
but
you,
it ain't like
as
that.
someone that like, I mean, I recently got into the game. The number one thing you end up looking at, or like, especially talking to like a lot of my friends because they're like younger Fortnite players, the number one thing they look at is the salary, and that's all they look
And
at.
they just think it's free money, but it's like read the fine
but it's
print,
it's
honey.
like there's so many other things to take into consideration.
Yeah.
Like, what is this company going to do for you? There's so many other things.
Yeah.
That like when people just jump into something strictly for the money, it could lead to issues down the
Oh,
road
yeah.
for that person.
For sure.
Like you really need to think these things out and contact somebody, get a lawyer, and like have them read over your stuff. There's so many people that just don't.
yeah, especially when you're signing away your life for years. Oh my god.
3-year contracts.
Oh, the best contract I ever heard about this is when Winter Fox was a thing way back in early LCS.
yeah.
Yeah.
Winter Fox had a contract. They signed Pobelter, who's currently playing the LCS right now. Okay, he's one of the longest pros ever. The contract said they could use his
Likeness?
night likeness for life. So even after Winter Fox left the
Oh my
LCS,
God.
they were still selling like jerseys of him or like stuff from him. And even now, I think they can still sell jerseys of him. He
Yeah.
literally got signed into like what was like a ridiculous, like a lifetime thing. Because he had to sign to play in the LCS, right? So like, but luckily, like they're out of the LCS, it's not a big deal. Like they didn't
Yeah.
really exploit it at all, but it was just super funny.
Yeah.
Funny that it's.
I'm
in the
just
contract
thinking
at all.
about what would like if like Pokey would have like a contract with someone where it's just like, you have your likeness forever.
like
Like, what
they're
would happen?
signing the contract or I'm signing it.
What do you mean? Like this is like X
Oh,
org,
they
and,
can
like,
use my
they can
likeness
use your
forever?
likeness forever, yeah.
Bro, body
No.
pillows left and right.
Or just like I was thinking about that for mine. I'm like, that would be so scary.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
That would bother me so much.
I think I've heard of a lot of issues like that in like sports where they'll use it, for example, like they'll sell someone's likeness to like a restaurant and they'll be like, you know, outside, like holding the pizza or whatever, like a little
That's so funny.
cardboard cutout.
Shaq
But like
bites.
any team can make a ridiculous amount off your likeness if you become successful
Yes.
whatsoever.
if you got rights to Pokemon right now, you know, body pillows, fucking bath
shit.
water, it's just over, you know.
So-
fucking $1 million.
Yeah, which
flowing in.
which
Sell
isn't an
bath
issue, like at the start, but
If
if,
you're
it's
under
for
them,
freaking ever,
Yeah.
when you guys aren't even associated anymore, they're not even doing anything for you anymore, or you're
Yeah.
not doing anything for them. It's like, let
The
go,
Face
please.
contract said something like we own your likeness or whatever in perpetuity.
Something like that.
Perpetually?
Yeah, in all universes forever.
Did it say
like,
that?
Yes, the wording was so funny because it literally mentioned like in all universes, no exceptions whatsoever. It's insane.
Man, they be on Mars. Tfu's likeness,
Selling
man.
Tfue hats.
Face be calling up SpaceX, being like, take us up there, fam. We got to go.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think the people you can mainly trust when it comes to these stuff are other content creators.
Yeah.
Because I remember Mo had some contracts talks and he came over to the offline house and like Pokey was giving him advice. And I was sitting there, I'm like, wait, shit, this is good advice. So like I actually took what you said and like talked to like, you know, agency and management and like platforms. And it actually helped a lot. Because I was able to go in and say, well, I know that's not true for a fact.
Oh.
And like,
Do you remember what it was?
it was platform stuff.
Yeah. They're
Nice.
they're like some genuinely good people behind the orgs as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some, yeah.
I think every org will have good people, but like how powerful they are, they can't do everything, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a bunch of people, bunch of moving.
And sometimes it's hard to tell who.
exactly.
I've seen some
sure.
really genuine people and just been like flabbergasted by like the sorts of things that they will.
There's a lot of
sometimes do.
pieces of shits in the scene.
But they're
Oh,
hidden
you know, agreed.
under
Yeah,
a
like
sweet exterior.
I would say this is something that I've thought about before is like the really like I think overall like when you're a new player entering the scene. How do I want to put this in words?
don't worry. This is
it's good.
we
Yeah,
can-
I know,
we
I
can
know. But like, so the really good orgs, right, are actually in a shitty position because of all the fucking bad orgs. Or not, they're not in a shitty position, but like when it comes to player like trust and like developing a relationship, a lot of players are like
worried.
kind of like really on like the fence and like really defensive when it comes to just like communicating with some like top tier orgs or like
That's so
companies
That's
and shit.
odd. I wouldn't expect them to be.
Yeah.
Maybe
There's-
it's because of like what's happened in the past with like Tfue or whatever.
Probably, possibly, but I know like just there's so many shitty practices, I think, that a lot of people like get away with that it causes like this sort of I don't know, like the sort of like fear against orgs as a player where you're kind of just or like you don't want to let down your walls at all, right? And I've seen that. I've seen that in the Fortnite scene a lot. And I'm actually, I mean, to be completely honest, in the Fortnite scene, it might also be because it's just generally younger players as well that don't know how to navigate the scene and get a lawyer or do X, Y, Z.
I think
properly.
if you try to do
which is
like
valid.
too many scummy things in the current league scene, it's like really hard because they've got like an established.
it's all regulated, right?
Yeah, it's all like
By Riot,
all
right?
fucking or not so much extremely regulated, but like everyone knows what to expect behind the scenes. You know?
Gotcha,
You could
yeah.
do some like fancy shit, like, but like for the most part, it's like you know what to expect. You're coming to the table. Both parties are just like you're gonna give me X, Y, and Z. Maybe fluff it up with a little bit of you know like this other thing B. But for the most, everyone knows what the cards are.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes I've heard of some weird shit. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, there's some.
I knew an org who signed a player for really cheap, and at the parties when they would invite people over, they would brag publicly about how cheap they signed this person for, and I was just like,
Oh my god.
"You were really working at this company? You're gonna say that?" I was pretty fucking pissed. when I
Yeah.
heard that.
Oh, that's so BM, dude.
That's pretty scummy.
Stuff like that.
Like knowing you got a good deal, but you kind of scam them out of what they're worth.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I get that it's their job to like maximize income. It's like, hey, you got a great deal for like very low
Yeah.
price, but like sometimes it just feels bad watching like finding out someone. Oh, what's your contract like? Because like recently, one of our friends received a contract from
Bruh.
one of the top orgs, and I think you looked at it, right? And your reaction was like, wait, this is a piece of
The
shit.
same one?
Yes.
It's a piece of shit deal.
Bruh.
I don't know about piece of shit, but there were there
yeah.
are definitely a lot of. I was like,
I want to know after.
of course.
Dude, when I find out that certain people are... Yeah.
Okay, you found out.
Yeah. When I find out certain people are signed to orgs and they have like hundreds of thousands of followers or subscribers, and listen, they're getting paid nothing.
Oh, I know a lot about that one.
Yeah.
I know a lot about that one.
Bruh.
Someday you could talk about the really bad contract. The really
Is it who
fucking
I
bad.
think it is?
Unbelievable.
It's like relatable, right? Or like we probably
we can
both know
talk
him.
about it later.
Okay, yeah. Shit. It's getting juicy, but I can't say shit.
Same. 5 years.
Okay.
10 years.
Yeah.
Like if there's any content creators watching this, just reach out to like any one of us or reach out to
Yeah.
like any big streamer.
You literally send me your contract, I will look over it.
Yeah, it's like it's not worth it just like being excited over a deal. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
someone wants me, I want to sign it. Like I don't care if I'm giving up this right. It probably doesn't matter to me anyway. I just want to be like a player
No,
associated.
if you're worth
did
signing,
with
you
TSM.
probably have a chance of blowing up.
Yeah, they wouldn't
So
approach
you should think of yourself in that manner. Yeah.
There's a funny story when Lena first reached out to me and she said she wanted me to be on TSM. Literally, like the day that she reached out to me, I was like, I'm signing. Like, let me give me the contract. I don't care. Like, I'm ready. Where do I sign? Like, I want to be on TSM. But then her response, like, I'll bless her heart. I'll always like. She was always. Her response was amazing. She basically said, "Chill, like, read it over." Get someone to look at it maybe, and then come back to me later, make a decision. Like, I was like, damn. It's like, but I know for a fact if that was with anyone else, or like if the wrong person came my way and had that, they would be like, all right, I got it right here. Here you go, Billy. Like she read over the contract with me to make sure I understood every single term,
Jesus.
Yeah.
which is pretty nuts.
That's really nice.
yeah.
I had a similar experience actually with TSM. They
Poggers.
gave me the contract. I signed that shit.
I remember. It's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, and then a week later, I'm like, should have signed this shit. So I told Reggie, like, hey, can I unsign this? And then Reggie was like, yeah, no problem, bro. We'll look it over again. So like, I unsigned it, and I
But it
just,
was good that, you know,
Yeah.
cool
He would
about,
do that.
you
Yeah,
know,
like,
because
A
that's,
lot of people would
most people would be
not.
like,
for sure.
sorry, man, I got
Yeah.
you for 2 years.
Yeah.
well, technically we, you know,
We own your ass.
yeah.
But yeah, he was cool about it, and I joined Offline TV. So
Gotcha.
yeah, TSM, and also I know TSM, like when they did their like sponsor categories, it's only for categories that they have sponsors for. So then other companies was just like,
Yep.
I own every category.
Everything.
Like
Yeah.
you know,
You cannot get a
body
sponsor
pillows in the
unless they're
future. We ain't in that, but one day we might
Yeah.
be. So we own that.
And even, I mean, a little insight on that, even that is changing as well, because I only represent 2 categories for TSM
Okay.
currently. So I have like a lot of the other categories that we're like currently working on getting deals for as well. So it's a big thumbs up.
Yeah,
You
just,
can let me know if like you want to cut this out, but I think I remember hearing like, because I kind of remember your like explosion in Fortnite, And seeing TSM be with you throughout all of that, and then when you got really, really big, they like adjusted your pay, I think, relatively fast.
They did
which
very fast. Yeah.
I remember thinking was like
really
so
nice.
impressive.
Really fucking nice.
Because
It
a lot of
was-
the time they will like wait or they won't
No.
or they're like, well, we signed you
No,
for this
they
amount, so
would-
whatever.
Okay, so straight up, like, and then we don't have to cut this out. I think this is okay to keep in. They would come to me and tell me that I'm getting a
remember
raise
hearing
that month.
It's like, what?
And I was like, oh, sick. I was like, awesome, like let's do it. And then I think this is okay to say too, like 3 months later would happen and more growth would happen. And I would as well get another call from Lena or from TSM saying, hey, we think that we could bump things up a little bit for you because we think you're worth this now. And that was like, that's honestly, that is how you build a relationship. That's how you keep people like
Yeah.
on your side. That's how you,
I've
that's
heard
really
I've heard a
nice.
lot of really interesting things. Do you remember your first YouTube editor?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
Who was
Did you
it?
know the story in the editors circle about your first YouTube editor's first month working with you when you blew up?
Yes.
That's
Because-
a legendary story.
It is? Is that the legendary story?
So this okay. Maybe not a legendary story, but at the time,
we stay true to that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
he was getting paid 100% of the income for the YouTube channel. So when he blew up, the first month when he blew up, all the editors were talking about it because his editor at the
Was it
time
100 or 70-30? It was something close
I
to
think
that, right?
I'm pretty sure it was 100.
Yeah, okay.
And like they honored the month and then they adjusted the contract after, but he got a check
Yeah.
for like, geez, ridiculous.
5 figures?
It was yes.
Yeah, no, because
And-
we made that deal not knowing exactly.
What
we
would
didn't know what was going to
happen,
happen, so we're like,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna give him whatever, give him all the whatever he's gonna work on it. We're gonna build it up, and he's gonna be like motivated to work on the content, of course, because he's making everything. And I was like cool with that too. I was like, that's a really good plan to like just get things going. And then like literally that month, things blew up, and I remember I was like,
He had the largest payout ever. at the
Really?
time. Because
Okay.
everyone would
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
to me about it. From all the editors, they'd be like,
so
"He got paid out so
cute.
much." I'm like,
yeah. But I remember having a talk, and we're like, we're gonna actually stick to that. We're not gonna go back just because we made more.
And like when I hear
Okay.
stories like that, I'm like, that's a good move. You know?
Yeah.
Like I really like and appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah, and I was really happy with
Oh
working
shit,
with
we're just
Left-Face.
TSM shilling right now. What the hell?
Okay.
How did we turn into the
I
TSM
think
podcast?
We can go into the OTV advice segment of the video. First of all, hold on, I need to get my phone. Did you miss him? Okay, nice. All right, first question from Oosh Joosh or Josh, don't know. Most of my female friends are super affectionate with those around them, and I always have trouble figuring out if they have an actual romantic interest in me or if they're just being their normal friendly selves. Any tips that would help me not get led on?
Wait, is this guy bragging that he has multiple girls being affectionate towards him?
Yikes, can't relate. Sorry, man. No, I actually think it's a really good question, especially when you're young and people aren't very romantically experienced and they don't like. Sometimes people are really just trying to be nice, but they don't realize when certain things seem very flirty. And I think that line is also very different for different people. I will talk and then I'll let the boys talk because they may have more experience from the boys'
just be
end.
mid talking.
I will say a really good indicator is seeing how that girl acts with other guys. So if she is like, oh, and like hugs you a lot, touches you a lot, but she does that to all the guys, it's probably not because she has a crush on you.
Yeah.
But if she is particularly more affectionate with you, that could be a good sign. Because I know some girls that, they act really flirty with a lot of guys and boom, 10 dudes have a crush on them and whoops. Yeah.
Oopsie daisy. Uh-oh.
How about you, Myth? You ever been led on by a girl or like?
I don't know.
I know you want to be F them bitches.
I don't have much female experience at all. So
See, that's
I don't-
surprising to me because you're from Fortnite. You know, you're a tall individual, good looking, young, and good at the game.
all the check marks.
All
You're
the
right.
check
I'm fucking
marks.
just looking on the list.
Yeah, like-
Especially
I
when it-
feel
when it
like
comes
he's
to
not the type to F with fangirls though.
But they are
Unless-
hitting you up, I
I
imagine.
never have. Yeah. But what did you
What's your DMs like, Myth?
what are my DMs
What's
like?
your DMs
I don't really
like?
go through my DMs.
Can we go through your DMs?
Sure.
Wait, this needs to be the new segment. Go through the DMs of the guest.
I mean, you guys want to?
Oh yeah.
Wait, are your DMs open though?
No, they're request only.
But there's
Okay.
Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
Instagram.
I'm sure.
Well,
this-
there's Twitter requests too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I have Twitter. Which one do you guys want to see? IG?
I think IG would have more hoes.
You gotta be careful though, because sometimes IG has a lot of like spammers from Fortnite. But we can check both.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We'll go through
We'll
it.
figure it out.
Here's
This is
top.
a good
Do you want to go
segment.
top request or recent? Like all requests.
Oh,
Wait,
top.
what's top requests? It's
The
from-
people with more followers show
Oh
up.
yeah, let's see the top
Okay,
requests.
here.
Let's fucking go.
All right, guys. Oh, first girl. They said, "Yo, Myth, you're
You're
kind
kinda
of
cute."
cute."
Oh, wait, how many-
January 5th. Last Saturday. Yo, Myth, you're kind of cute. Yesterday,
what?
she goes, "Fuck, I'm so bad at sliding. I'm sorry, dude."
Wait,
this
apologized
girl,
herself.
She has
What the fuck?
16,000 followers.
Yeah, it's not just some random
Bruh.
person.
This
16K
is someone
followers.
you can
What the
actually
fuck?
respond to.
Yeah, I legit don't go. I
Except,
don't like.
Okay.
Well, still not bad, not bad.
But yeah, it's not like I'm people. Okay, so people have like this. People think that I'm like this dude that's swimming in women for some reason.
Yeah.
and that I just have my DMs are flooded, but I literally don't ever go through my DMs. I don't think I'm flooded, and I don't really fuck around like that.
They're flooded.
Yeah,
It is flooded. It's flooded.
Bunch of women. Only women. Some men.
You definitely have girls in your DMs. Some, except she looks like 12. No, wait, she's 22. She's 22.
20? That's a big difference.
She's 22, but she'd be looking 12. Am I wrong?
yeah. Like I've never clicked any of those 12-looking 22-year-old people that you're talking about.
It's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Not bad.
Those are my DMs, I guess.
I do feel like you're someone that values their career a lot. Like you're grinding hours, you're really in the sauce, and those types of people usually don't go out of their way to pursue many romantic interests. It's like if it comes along, it comes along.
Yeah.
If it doesn't,
that's
then
sort of
oh
how I
well.
feel. I'm sort of just living life.
Yeah. But when you go back to your house, you just have to like wade through the women, like as you walk to the front door. Is that it? I'm just curious.
Get out of the
No.
way.
No.
Okay, back to the question. How do you avoid being led on?
I have no idea. I mean, it's not something it's something you like recognize. I really have no, I don't know. Take it, dude. I have literally no idea.
don't.
Toast,
Toast,
Scar?
you want to take this?
Toast?
I just assume they're not interested. Like when it comes to every girl in my life, it's like I'm not gonna get my hopes up. So I'm
And
just,
plus, like,
Oh my God.
are we trying to like detect someone leading you on? Or are we trying to like,
You're trying to decipher between someone being nice or
Nice.
actually liking you.
or actually liking you? So in what case is one of those leading you on? Because I thought like leading you on is when someone is like
purposely being nice.
acting like, doing it and then like kind of like,
No, they're not sending mixed signals. They are like, you may think that they're flirting or you may think that they're into you,
okay.
but you're like, oh wait, maybe they're just being nice.
oh yeah, I think your tips are like the best, right? See how they interact with other people. Yeah, that's all I
Sometimes
got.
people are just like that in general.
Yeah,
Yes.
I agree. Like there was once a girl who like kind of laughed at me and did this whole thing, and then like a day later she did the same thing to Fed.
Maybe she's just interested in both.
True. But then you still don't want her.
Yeah, I don't know.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh my god.
Be gone.
As soon as they have interest in Fed, like get the fuck out.
All right, next question.
One moment.
But Poke, my DMs they're clean.
There is no clean or dirty. It's just like
Okay.
seeing how many girls are hitting up. The thing about Instagram DMs is like your top ones with the most followers, it refreshes like weekly or something.
Every 3 days.
So literally what we saw, those like 3 days?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
he's
kno-
definitely
he
hitting up the
knows, that's
DMs.
what
He
I'm
knows.
saying.
He knows how many.
I just thought
tickets.
this is so funny. She like said hi and then apologized for herself. She's like, I'm just
No,
so
no,
bad.
she called
man."
him cute like 3 times. She was like, "Fuck, I'm so bad at sliding." That's actually so cute.
That's so funny.
Wouldn't be a bad person. To
Well, I know the top 3 is
saying.
because I do go to my top requests, but I don't like scroll down. I just see like who's at the very top because it might be like a business opportunity or something.
Yeah, that's a business.
Business going on in the DMs.
Or one of the Kardashians might be sliding to my DMs.
Oh, shit.
That would be crazy. Imagine.
That's a response. Okay, second question from Crazy Bomber 10. Hello, I know this is weird, but how do I stop myself from being overprotective towards my girlfriend and stop being too goddamn insecure?
Stop being a simp.
No. Actually, a simp would let her do whatever.
True.
I gotta say, for starters, props to you for being so self-aware about the fact that you're being overprotective and it's because you're insecure.
Your years of Dr. Pokey have
I
really
love
paid off.
Truly.
Pokey's approach compared to mine, dude.
Yeah.
No, but it's so true because so many guys are extremely overprotective, but they don't realize it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the girls don't realize it either.
Or they just don't give a fuck.
Have you guys ever found yourselves like being with someone and you're like, oh, like I don't want her to like play with other guys or like hang out with other guys or you get worried?
Yeah, I guess like I actually read a Reddit thread on like jealousy and shit around like
Ooh.
girls that have like guy friends. And basically like I thought it was pretty useful. And essentially they just said if they're just like literally friends and they're not, and you have to like trust your partner, right? Because if they're literally not doing anything and all they're doing is spending time doing like activities that they would normally do, what is their like your jealousy shouldn't stop that from being a thing. And you shouldn't be protective about things that you would also want to be received on your end. Like if I had a friend that like if I wanted to go out to eat dinner with one of my friends that happens to be a girl as well, like that shouldn't
Be an issue.
that shouldn't be an issue. Was that what the Reddit thread said? Something along those lines.
It's like about
Yeah.
a healthy relationship goes both
Yeah.
ways, right? So because like trust is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And if you already don't trust them, then that's a kind of a problem.
Yeah. But if it's like another thing they said is like if it's becoming like a thing that's happening every day or like 5 days out of the week where they're hanging out with this specific person, or another tip they gave was if it becomes like a thing where your plans with that person are getting canceled, that
See their
person,
priorities.
then there's like that's kind of like a signal red light that I thought was quite useful and it made sense. So that's what sort of helped me, I think.
You? Any advice?
No, I mean, I was only in one real relationship with Janet, and she's one of those ride or die bitches kind of deal.
Truly, she is.
So like, she never made me feel like insecure because I know like at the end of the day, I trust her completely. So like, she'll play games with friends, and it's like totally fine. And like sometimes like it also helps me because it's just more personal time for me. Like some people are trying to make it weird saying, oh, she's playing with that guy again. It's like, thank God, so I can have some free time. But it's like, you just have to trust in your relationship. And if you are finding yourself having those thoughts, then chances are something's a little off, right?
I think it's good to try to get to the root of those thoughts. Is it like, oh, this person has given me reason to be overprotective or feel insecure? Or is it like, oh, no, I'm actually insecure for more personal reasons. Like, oh, I feel like I don't look as good as the guy she's hanging out with or, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And when you get to that root cause, you better know how to address it. Even if it's just like, oh, like I want to like look better, present myself better, or gain more confidence in myself, however that is.
She's so good at giving advice.
Worst case scenario,
Dude,
you
legit,
could
I'm-
just lock them up, and just.
True. Hey, my man. Not true. That was a joke. The my man and the high five was to add.
No worries. The
Comedic
comedic
value.
value was there.
I wasn't kidding. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Next question.
No, that's it.
Have
Just
you
you.
been in many relationships?
No, not many.
Okay.
Just a couple. Very handful.
I will say some girls like a tiny bit of jealousy.
Aw,
Just like a tiny bit.
to know you care.
Yeah, it's like, okay, you're a little too okay with this kind of deal. It's like,
I think you can always like sprinkle in jealousy in like a joking manner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like you can't go because I want you here, but more
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I wish you would spend more time. You know, I want to hang out, but like go do your thing, kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like so bad at the relationship questions.
You're
Yeah.
really young. One
Yeah,
step at a time, dude.
true.
Also, those Reddit threads help.
They do.
Dude, I love Reddit,
Reddit
threads. I'm
owns.
like living vicariously through other people's experiences.
Reddit owns. I love Reddit. I've been reading a lot of Reddit over the past like year.
Like, do you go to bed just scrolling through Reddit at night?
Sometimes. I mostly I like waking up to most popular, just over the entire website.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
See what's up. Anyways, I think that's all from us today. Please do check out our lovely guest, TSM Myth.
Oh, watch a stream when Valorant comes out.
Wait, we want more streams of
Look,
Nah, just
he
his,
has
just
a
his.
chance to
Oh,
like
we'll be
make
playing
it.
together. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
Myth, you gotta drag us up with you.
Please.
Listen, that's the strategy. That's the plan,
We'll
right?
be in your customs, right? We'll
Pop
get that
off and
in,
rank,
right?
and we do team cut friendly customs, and we all make
All right, we're gonna invest in this. How much views do we get per video? Like 500K?
Whoa. Like
Each
200,
of them
300?
watch Myth. You have 500K viewers.
Oh.
Check them out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any last minute thoughts?
No, thank you guys for considering me to be part of the podcast. I appreciate
We're
it.
happy to have you.
You're at the
you.
top of every list. Don't worry, man.
Yep.
I'm serious.
All
Serious.
right, like it if you liked it. Comment. Let us know who else you want to be a guest on the podcast.
If you want me to come on again, let me know as well.
Yeah.
He's coming back
He's
next week.
nearby, so easy peasy. And subscribe if you haven't already. Bye.